Good afternoon, students. We will discuss about our incomplete chapter binomial theorem. First, today we will discuss about binomial coefficients. Binomial coefficients. Suppose 1 plus x whole to the power n. We will expand this according to binomial theorem. C0 nc0 plus nc1 x to the power 1 plus nc2 x square ncr x to the power r plus dot dot plus ncn x to the power n, like this. Or we can write c0 plus c1x plus c2x square plus cr xr plus dot dot plus cn x to the power n. Here we can take the notation NCR as CR. For convenience there will be no problem at all. Let it be equation 1. So let us put x equal to 1 here. Putting x equal to 1 in equation 1, what happens? 1 plus 1 whole to the power n, that is 2 to the power n equals to C0 plus C1 plus C2 up to CR up to Cn. That is, in the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power n, sum of all the coefficients is 2 to the power n. Here C0, C1, C2, Cn are called binomial coefficients. So, for example, in 1 plus x whole to the power 10, what will be the sum of the coefficients? Just put x equal to 1, that means sum of coefficients equal to 2 to the power 10. Putting x equal to minus 1 in equation 1, that is 1 minus 1 to the power n equal to C0 minus C1 plus C2 minus C3 and so on plus minus 1 to the power n Cn, like this. So 0 equals to C0 minus C1 plus C2 minus C3 minus 1 to the power n Cn. Taking the negative terms to the other side, we can write C0 plus C2 plus C4 and so on equals to C1 plus C3 plus C5 and so on. That means sum of even coefficients equals to sum of odd coefficients, that is, in the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power n, sum of even coefficients equals to sum of odd coefficients, right? So let us mark it as equation 2. Again 2 to the power n equals to C0 plus C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus Cn. 0 equals to, let it be equation 3. Adding 2 and 3, what happens? Your negative terms will be cancelled, C1 will be cancelled, C3 will be cancelled, like this. So 2 to the power n equals to 2 times. What will the remaining terms? Your remaining terms is 2 times the even coefficients C0 plus C2 plus C4 and so on. Again I am repeating, while adding equation 2 and 3, your negative terms will be cancelled, C1, C3, like this. All these terms will be cancelled. So we have 2 to the power n equals to 2 times the even coefficients, that is C0 plus C2 plus C4 and so on. That implies 2 to the power n minus 1 equal to C0 plus C2 plus C4 and so on. In this step we have seen that even sum of even coefficients equals to sum of all coefficients. Here we have find that sum of even coefficients equal to 2 to the power n minus 1. Also sum of odd coefficients is also 2 to the power n minus 1. That is, in the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power n, sum of even coefficients equals to sum of odd coefficients equals to 2 to the power n minus 1. So you have to remember this for while solving the problems. While solving the problems on these binomial coefficients, you can solve it in two ways. You know all the formulas of NCR. You can put the values of NCR and solve, and another method is by the help of derivative and integration. So before doing the problems, we can know something about differentiation and integration. That is derivative. If y equals to x to the power n, or you can take fx, so dy by dx, this is your differential coefficient or derivative of y, with respect to x. So this is n into x to the power n minus 1. You have to remember this formula only. That is, if y equal to x to the power 15, then your dy by dx, or you can write y dash or dy like this as 15 into x to the power 15 minus 1, that is 15 into x to the power 14, like this. What is your integration? It is the reverse process of differentiation. That means, if derivative of y equals to n into x to the power n minus 1 with respect to x, then integration of this term will be y. Suppose fx equals to n into x to the power n minus 1, then f dash x equals to n into x to the power n minus 1, that is dy dx of fx equals to n x to the power n minus 1. That means dfx equals to n x to the power n minus 1 dx. That implies fx, while you are removing d, if we omit d from left hand side, then we have to give a symbol like this, n into x to the power n minus 1 dx. What is your, that is fx by n equals to x to the power n minus 1 dx. So in general, integral of x to the power n dx equals to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. I am not going in detail to this. For time being, you will study it in detail in calculus chapter. So for this time being or solving problems, integral of x to the power n dx equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, while c is called the constant of integration. In these binomial coefficients problems, we have to omit c, because dy by dx of a constant is 0. Suppose dy by dx of x to the power 8 plus 15, that is 8x to the power 7 plus 0. So in this case, integral of derivative of this is 8x to the power 7. That means integral of 8x to the power 7 dx equal to x to the power 8 plus 15. Similarly, if we will take dy dx of x to the power 8 only, that is also 8 x to the power 7. Here integral of x to the power 7 dx equals to x to the power 8 by 8 plus c. So mark the difference. Derivative x to the power 8 plus 15 is 8 x to the power 7. Also dy dx of x to the power 8 only, 8 x to the power 7. That means derivative same, but in integral term there is a difference. In the first term it is 15 is there, in second term there is no constant term. Therefore in general we can take x to the power n dx equals to integral of x to the power n dx equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. So for this binomial coefficients we have to omit our c constant of integration. Next, we'll solve a problem. If x equals to 2 by 3, then find the greatest term in the expansion of one plus x whole to the power 6. Here your general format is x plus a whole to the power n binomial format. Here n equals to 6, a equals to x equal to 1, a equals to x, like this. So tr plus 1 by tr, that is ncr by nc r minus 1, that is n factorial by r factorial n minus r factorial divided by n factorial r minus 1 factorial n minus r plus 1 factorial. So your n factorial will cancel. So r minus 1 factorial n minus r plus 1 into n minus r factorial divided by r into r minus 1 factorial into n minus r factorial. So cancelling the common terms r minus 1 factorial n minus r factorial, we have n minus r plus 1 by r. So if we will take a plus b whole to the power n as the binomial coefficients, then it will be n minus r plus 1 into b by a, like this. So here tr plus 1 by tr equals to, what is your n? 6 minus r plus 1 whole divided by r into x by 1, that is 7 minus r by r into x. What is your x? Value of x is 2 by 3, 7 minus r by r into 2 by 3. We have always tr plus 1 by tr greater than 1, that implies 7 minus r by r into 2 by 3 greater than 1, that implies 14 minus 2r greater than 3r, that implies 14 is greater than 5r or 14 by 5 greater than r, or r is less than 14 by 5. What is your 2 point? That is 2.8. But r is the natural number, so what is the greatest integer? Not greater than 2.8. So the greatest value of r, so r equals to 2.2, because 2.8 is not an integer. So the greatest integer not greater than 2.8. We have already explained in chapter of function that greatest integer function or bracket function of x equals to x if x is the greatest integer not greater than x. So r equals to 2, that implies the now greatest term is the third term, because in fifth term r equals to 4, in rth term in place of r we can take r minus 1, like this. So third term equals to T3, that is 6C2 x square. NCR 1 to the power n minus r, x to the power r, 1 plus x whole to the power n. In this expansion, your general term is NCR 1 to the power n minus r, x to the power 1, or NCR x to the power r. Here n equal to 6, r equals to 2. So that is 6C2, x value is 2 by 3 whole square, that is 6C2 4 by 9. Then you can simplify it. Next, using binomial theorem, prove that 2 to the power 3n minus 7n minus 1 is divisible by 49. So for this problem, 2 to the power 3n minus 7n minus 1, that is 2 cube whole to the power n minus 7n minus 1, that is 8 to the power n minus 7n minus 1. We can write 8 as 1 plus 7. 1 plus 7 whole to the power n minus 7n minus 1. That is, let us expand this. 1 to the power n plus NC1 7, NC2 7 square, NC3 7 cube, like this, minus 7n minus 1, that is 1. You know NC1 is n, 7n plus NC2 7 square plus NC3 7 cube and so on, minus 7n minus 1. We can cancel first two terms and last two terms. So we have NC2 7 square plus NC3 7 cube plus so on. And you can please tell me what is the common factor from these all these terms. We have, your last term will be NCn 7 to the power n, that is 7 square taking common, NC2 plus NC3 7 plus NCn 7 to the power n minus 2. So that is 49 into a positive quantity, because your NCR is always positive. So 49 into a positive quantity which is divisible by 49. So while solving these type of problems, you can see, you can break it in the form of 1 plus x whole to the power n. Next problem is in the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power n, 3 consecutive coefficients, are in the ratio 2:15:70. Suppose let 3 consecutive coefficients are CR plus 1, CR plus 2, that is CR is to CR plus 1 is to CR plus 2 equal to 2:15:70. That implies CR by CR plus 1, we can take it 2/15. What is your CR? That implies, CR means NCR n factorial by r factorial n minus r factorial. You have remembered it. So n factorial by r factorial n minus r factorial whole divided by n factorial r plus 1 factorial n minus r minus 1 factorial equals to 2 by 15. So we can cancel 2 n factorial. So r plus 1 into r factorial into n minus r minus 1 factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r into n minus r minus 1 factorial equals to 2 by 15. So we can cancel r factorial, we can cancel n minus r minus 1 factorial, that implies r plus 1 by n minus r equals to 2 by 15. That implies by cross multiplication 15r plus 15 equals to 2n minus 2r, that implies 2n minus 17r plus 15 equals to 0. Let it be equation 1. Then we will take these two terms, suppose Cr plus 1 by Cr plus 2 equals to 15 by 70. That is NCr plus 1 by r plus 1 factorial n minus r minus 1 factorial divided by n factorial divided by r plus 1 factorial into n minus r minus 1 factorial whole divided by n factorial by r plus 2 factorial n minus r minus 2 factorial equals to 3 by 14. You can write like this. N factorial will be cancelled. So let us break, or we can write r plus 2 factorial n minus r minus 2 factorial divided by r plus 1 factorial n minus r minus 1 factorial equals to 3 by 14, or r plus 2 can be broken into r plus 2 into r plus 1 factorial n minus r minus 2 factorial divided by r plus 1 factorial into n minus r minus 1 into n minus r minus 2 factorial equal to 3 by 14. So we can cancel r plus 1 factorial n minus r minus 2 factorial, that implies r plus 2 by n minus r minus 1 equals to 3 by 14. Then by cross multiplication 14r plus 28 equal to 3n minus 3r minus 3, that implies 3n minus 17r minus 31 equals to 0. Let it be equation 2. Your condition 1 is 2n minus 17r plus 15 equals to 0. Condition 2 is 3n minus 17r minus 31 equals to 0. Let us subtract 3 from 2, that is minus plus plus. So your 17r will be cancelled, minus n plus 46 equals 0, n equals to 46. Also then you can find the value of r from this 2n minus 17r plus 15 equals to 0, or 2 into 46 plus 15 equals to 17r. 92 plus 15 equals to 17r, or then you can find r. So another problem like this you can solve easily. ठीक है, चलुची तो देखिए. If 9th, 10th and 11th coefficients are of the expansion 1 plus x whole to the power n are in the ratio, are in AP, arithmetic progression, then find n. So T9, T10, T11 are the terms which are in AP. That implies T10 minus T9 equal to T11 minus T10. That means two T10 equals to T9 plus T11. That is 2 into NC9 equals to NC8 plus NC10. That implies 2 n factorial, 9 factorial, n minus 9 factorial equals to n factorial by 8 factorial, n minus 8 factorial plus n by 10 factorial, n minus 10 factorial. So we can cancel n factorial from all the terms. So 2 by 9 into 8 factorial, 9 factorial can be like this, n minus 9 into n minus 10 factorial equals to 1 by 8 factorial, n minus 8 into n minus 9 into n minus 10, because n minus 10 is the lowest term, plus 1 by 10 into 9 into 8 factorial into n minus 10 factorial, like this. So we can cancel 8 factorial from all the terms of the denominator, also n minus 10 factorial. So cancelling 8 factorial, also n minus 10 factorial. So remaining terms are 2 9 n minus 9 equals to 1 by n minus 8 into n minus 9 plus 1 by 90. So that is 2 by 9 into n minus 9 equals to LCM will be n minus 8 into n minus 9 into 90, that is 90 plus n minus 8 into n minus 9, like this. Again we can cancel 9 and 9, that is 10, n minus 9. So we have 2 times n minus 8 equals to 90 plus n square minus 9n minus 8n plus 72. That implies 2n minus 16 equals to 162 plus n square minus 17n, or we can take n square minus 19n plus 178 equals to 0. So you can simplify this quadratic equation and find the value of n. Remember one thing, n must be a natural number. One plus x whole to the power n equals to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square up to cn xn. Let it be equation 1. So differentiating means finding the derivative. Differentiating equation 1 with respect to x, I have already told the formula, derivative of x to the power n equals to n into x to the power n minus 1. So your left hand side will be n into 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 1 equals to c1 plus 2c2x up to ncn x to the power n minus 1. Putting x equals to 1, that is n into 2 to the power n minus 1 equals to c1 plus 2c2 up to ncn. you can write NCN or only Cn. NCN equals to Cn, like this. There will be no harm at all. Next we will do a problem. Find the sum of 1 plus half NC1 plus 1 by 3 NC2. Find the sum of 1 plus half NC1 plus 1 by 3 NC2 plus dot dot plus 1 by n plus 1 NCN. 1 plus x whole to the power n equal to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square up to Cn xn. Let it be equation 1. So, integrating both sides of equation 1 with respect to x. I have told that integral of x to the power n dx equals to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So, here left hand side will be 1 plus x whole to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 equals to C0x plus C1 x square by 2 plus C2 x cube by 3 plus Cn x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. If we take the limit of this quantity from 0 to 1, so we will have to give the bracket like this. Here will be 0 to 1. So we can make it 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, like this. So another thing, a to b x to the power n dx equals to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. A to b, we can write m1 by n plus 1 outside the bracket. Then first your b is called the upper limit, a is called the lower limit. First give the value of x is the upper limit, that is b to the power n plus 1 minus a to the power n plus 1, like this. So first we will operate the upper limit, that is putting x equal to 1 plus 1 to the power n plus 1 minus 1 plus 0 to the power n plus 1 whole divided by n plus 1, because n plus 1 is a constant, there will be no harm. First term 1 minus 0 plus C1 by 2 1 square minus 0 square plus C2 by 3 1 cube minus 0 cube, like this, plus dot dot plus Cn by n plus 1 1 to the power n plus 1 minus 0. So that is 2 to the power n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 1 equal to C0 plus C1 by 2 plus C2 by 3 plus Cn by n plus 1, or you can write C0 plus half NC1 plus 1 by 3 NC2 plus dot dot plus 1 by n plus 1 NCN. So the value of C0 plus half NC1 plus 1 by 3 NC2 plus dot dot plus 1 by n plus 1 NCN equals to 2 to the n plus 1 minus 1 whole divided by n plus 1. We will do another problem on this binomial coefficients, that is find the sum of NC1 minus 2 square NC2 plus 3 square NC3 plus dot dot plus minus 1 to the power n minus 1 n square NCN. 1 plus x whole to the power n equals to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square plus dot dot plus cn xn. Differentiating with respect to x, what happens? N into 1 plus x to the power n minus 1 equal to c1 plus 2 c2x plus dot dot plus n cn x to the power n minus 1. Multiplying the above equation by x and then let us first multiply with x. N x 1 plus x to the power n minus 1 plus c1x plus 2c2x square plus ncn x to the power n. Let it be equation 1. Differentiating equation 1. So let me clarify your product rule. D by dx of u into v. Suppose u is first function, v is second function. You can write d by dx of u into v plus u into d by dx of v. That is derivative of first term into second. While finding the derivative of first term, you have to keep the second term as a constant plus first term, keeping first term constant, derivative of second term. So this is your product rule. Here in the LHS we have two terms. X is one term, another is 1 plus x to the power n minus 1. So applying our product rule, d by dx of x into 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 1 plus x keeping constant, d by dx of 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 1 equals to c1 plus 2 square c2x, because x square derivative is 2x, here is 2. Similarly, n square cn x to the power n minus 1, that is n into 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 1 plus x into n minus 1 into 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 2 equals to c1 plus 2 square c2x plus dot dot plus n square cn xn. We have to find the sum of nc1 minus 2 nc2. So putting xl minus 1 in the above equation, see one thing, while putting xl minus 1, your 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 1, when x equal to minus 1, 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 1 equals to 0, 1 plus x whole to the power n minus 2 is also equal to 0. That means your LHS will be equal to 0. 0 equals to c1 minus 2 square c2 plus dot dot plus minus 1 to the power n square cn, like this. Another question is like this: so that c1 by c0 plus 2 c2 by c1 plus 3 c3 by c2 plus dot dot plus n cn by cn minus 1 equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. Let us take the general term. General term is RCR by CR minus 1. Here third term is 3C3 by C2. So general term is rth term is RCR by CR minus 1, that is R. CR means NCR, n factorial by R factorial, n minus R factorial whole divided by n factorial by R minus 1 factorial, n minus R plus 1 factorial. That is cancelling n factorial, R into R minus 1 factorial, n minus R plus 1 into n minus R factorial. We can break this n minus R plus 1 factorial as n minus R plus 1 into n minus R factorial whole divided by R factorial n minus R factorial. So cancelling n minus R factorial, R into R minus factorial will be R factorial. So we have n minus R plus 1, that is R CR by CR minus 1 equals to n minus R plus 1. When R equal to 1, what happens? C1 by C0 equal to n minus 1 plus 1, that is n. Taking R equal to 2, 2 C2 by C1 equals to n minus 2 plus 1, that is n minus 1. Proceeding like this, when R equal to n, what happens? NCn by Cn minus 1 equals to n minus n plus 1, that is 1. So your question is, we have LHS equals to C1 by C0, 2C2 by C1, NCn by Cn minus 1. We have first term C1 by C0 equals to n, second term your R equal to 2, that is n minus 1, like this, and last term is 1. We can write like this, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. You know the sum of first n natural numbers is your n into n plus 1 by 2. Next, so that 1 plus C1 by C0 into 1 plus C2 by C1 dot dot 1 plus Cn by Cn minus 1 equals to n plus 1 whole to the power n by n factorial. So let us start from the general term, that is in your first term 1 plus C1 by C0, in second term 1 plus C2 by C1. So general term will be 1 plus CR by CR minus 1, that is 1 plus n factorial by R factorial n minus R factorial divided by n factorial R minus 1 factorial n minus R plus 1 factorial, like this. That is 1 plus n factorial will be cancelled, R minus 1 factorial, we can break it, n minus R plus 1 into n minus R factorial divided by R factorial can be split into R minus 1 factorial n minus R factorial. So cancelling the common terms, that is R minus 1 factorial will be cancelled, n minus R factorial will be cancelled. So we have 1 plus n minus R plus 1 by R. So taking LCM as R plus n minus R plus 1, that is n plus 1 by R. So 1 plus CR by CR minus 1 equals to n plus 1 by R. 1 plus CR by CR minus 1 equal to n minus R, sorry, n plus 1 by R. Putting R equal to 1, what happens? 1 plus C1 by C0, our first term is coming, that is n plus 1. Putting R equal to 2, what happens? 1 plus C2 by C1, that is n plus 1 by 2, like this, proceeding like this. When R equal to n, 1 plus Cn by Cn minus 1, that is n plus 1 by n. So your LHS becomes this is our LHS, 1 plus C1 by C0 into 1 plus C2 by C1 up dot dot up to 1 plus Cn by Cn minus 1, that is first term is n plus 1 into n plus 1 by 2 dot dot n plus 1 by n. So we can write how many terms are there? In LHS there are n terms. In each term numerator is n plus 1. So n plus 1 whole to the power n divided by, we can write it n plus 1 by 1 also, there will be no harm, 1, 2 up to n, that is n plus 1 whole to the power n divided by n factorial. I have already told that n factorial, that is the product of first n natural numbers. So which is our RHS. We will do another problems on this binomial coefficient. Prove that C0 C1 plus C1 C2 plus C2 C3 up to Cn minus 1 into Cn equals to 2n factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial into n plus 1 factorial. We know that 1 plus x whole to the power n equals to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square up to Cn xn. Gradually power of x is increasing and that of power 1 is decreasing. Similarly, let it be equation 1. X plus 1 whole to the power n equals to C0 xn. Gradually power of x will be decreasing. C1 x to the power n minus 1, C2 x to the power n minus 2 up to Cn, like this. Let it be equation 2. Multiplying 1 and 2, what happens? 1 plus x whole to the power n into x plus 1 whole to the power n can be taken as 1 plus x whole to the power 2n equal to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square up to Cn xn multiplied by C0 xn plus C1 x to the power n minus 1 C2 x to the power n minus 2 up to Cn, like this. Come to the question, what are the terms on our LHS? C0 into C1. So let us take the first term of the first bracket and second term of the second bracket, that is C0 into C1, the power of x will be n minus 1. Then second term with third term of the second bracket, that is C1 C2 x to the power n minus 1, like this. So taking the coefficient of x to the power n minus 1 from RHS. Remember, I am repeating again, we are interested for the term C0 C1, C1 C2, C2 C3, like this. First term of the first bracket and second term of the second bracket, if we multiply C0 into C1 will come, the first term will be like this. What will be the power of x? X to the power n minus 1. Then second term of the first bracket and third term of the second bracket, we will multiply C1 into C2, x power will be n minus 1. So taking the coefficient of x to the power n minus 1 from RHS, we have C0 C1 plus C1 C2, C2 C3 and so on. And last one will be like this, Cn minus 1 into Cn. Let us come to our LHS. Suppose the general term of, the general term of 1 plus x whole to the power 2n contains the coefficient of x to the power n minus 1. So here, what will the general term of this expansion 1 plus x whole to the power 2n? That is, which is 2n CR 1 to the power 2n minus r x to the power r. That is 2n CR x to the power r. So general term of this contains the power of coefficient of x to the power n minus 1. Also in LHS, coefficient of x to the power n minus 1 will be like this. Here r equals to n minus 1. So required coefficient is, because we are interested for the coefficient of x to the power n minus 1, so required coefficient is n Cn minus 1, that is 2n factorial by n minus 1 factorial 2n minus n plus 1. Same formula, n factorial by r factorial n minus r factorial, that is 2n factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial into n plus 1 factorial. So comparing the coefficients of x to the power n minus 1 from both sides, that is comparing the coefficients of x to the power n minus 1, we have C0 C1 plus C1 C2 up to Cn minus 1 Cn equals to 2n factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial into n plus 1 factorial. Another problem like this. Prove that C0 square plus C1 square up to Cn square equals to 2n factorial by n factorial whole square. In the previous problem, 1 plus x whole to the power n equals to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square up to Cn xn, like this. X plus 1 whole to the power n equals to C0 xn plus C1 x to the power n minus 1 plus C2 x to the power n minus 2 up to Cn. Let it be condition 2. So multiplying 1 and 2, multiplying 1 and 2, in LHS we have 1 plus x to the power 2n equal to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square up to Cn xn multiplied by C0 xn plus C1 x to the power n minus 1 plus C2 x to the power n minus 2 up to Cn. Come to the question. We are interested for C0 square plus C1 square and plus up to Cn square. When we will multiply this, C0 square will come with the term x to the power n. So multiplying first term of the both the brackets, C1 square x to the power n, C2 square x to the power n, Cn square x to the power n. So taking the coefficient of x to the power n from RHS, we have C0 square plus C1 square up to Cn square. About the left hand side term, suppose general term of 1 plus x whole to the power 2n contains the coefficient of x to the power n. That is general term is like previous case 2n cr 1 to the power 2n minus r x to the power r. We are finding the coefficient of x to the power n. Here this general term contains the coefficient of x to the power n. So power of x is r, that is here r equals to n. So required coefficient equals to what happens 2n cn. Apply the formula NCR, that is 2n factorial by n factorial 2n minus n factorial, that is 2n factorial by n factorial into n factorial, or you can write 2n factorial by n factorial whole square. So comparing the coefficient of x to the power n from both the sides, we have comparing the coefficients of x to the power n from both sides. We have c0 square plus c1 square up to cn square equals to 2n factorial by n factorial whole square. Another problem is like this. Prove that c0 c2 plus c1 c3 c2 c4 and so on cn minus 2 cn equals to 2n factorial by n minus 2 factorial into n plus 2 factorial. Problem is same as the above two problems. So 1 plus x whole to the power n equals to c0 plus c1x plus c2 x square up to cn xn, x plus 1 whole to the power n equals to c0 xn plus c1 x to the power n minus 1 c2 x to the power n minus 2 up to cn. Multiply these two quantities, 1 plus x whole to the power 2n equals to c0 plus c1x plus c2 x square up to cn xn. In another bracket c0 xn plus c1 x to the power n minus 1 c2 x to the power n minus 2 up to cn. So we are interested for the term c0 c2. So multiplying the first term of the first bracket with the third term of the second bracket, your term will be power of x will be n minus 2. So equating coefficient of x to the n minus 2 from RHS, we have c0 c2 c1 c3 like this up to cn minus 2 cn. Like the previous cases, suppose the general term of 1 plus x whole to the power 2n contains coefficient of x to the power n minus 2. So what will be the general term? General term is same 2n cr 1 to the power 2n minus r x to the power r, that is here r equals to n minus 2, because we are interested for finding the coefficient of x to the power n minus 2. So r equals to n minus 2, so required coefficient equals to 2n cn minus 2, that is 2n factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial 2n minus n plus 2 factorial, that is 2n factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial into n plus 2 factorial. Comparing the coefficients of x to the n minus 2 from both sides, so we have c0 c2 plus c1 c3 up to cn minus 2 into cn equals to 2n factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial n plus 2 factorial. बंद करिया ना कंटिन्यू करिया? Okay students, thank you very much. You can do some more problems from your textbook also. I have given a brief idea on these binomial coefficients. Thank you all.